Aasif, I am thrilled that you're both here. I'm so happy that you're here because I didn't know this. You two, you go back a long way. You're actually friends.
Ew.
We're actually real-life friends.
Yes.
Real-life
Aasif,
friends.
where did you and
25
Connie...
years.
Yeah, where did you first meet, Aasif? Where was it?
Where was it that we first met? We met back in New York when we were young, out-of-work actors, and we would do this thing called murder mysteries, where we would go and it was an acting gig. You know, we were just, and you get $50,
right,
and you go to a party.
First paid acting job, by the way.
It was.
First paid
Yeah, mine too. And you'd go to the party and you'd pretend to be a member of this party, someone who had been invited, but actually there was going to be a murder and somebody was going to come in, kill someone, and then a detective, and it was like Murder on the Orient Express, where the detective shows up and then starts, you know, asking people questions, and then a lot of the actors would be sort of investigated in this murder.
But we had to blend into the dinner theater or wherever we were, you know...
It was any kind of party. And I don't know why people would hire this thing at their party, but they did. In fact, we did one which was an Orthodox Jewish singles party.
Right.
Wow.
Literally, like, people went to this synagogue that night to have a murder mystery, but also to find their mate.
Yes.
So that's what they were there for.
Yes.
And they were paying like $1,000 a plate or some ridiculous amount of money to meet someone. And this poor guy, I remember, sat down next to Connie Britton, and he's wearing a yellow suit. That's all I'll say about it. He was wearing a yellow suit. So you can imagine
he was looking
the kind
for
of guy.
a lady, right?
And he was talking to her all night long, and you, because it was your job, you had to sort of flirt with him and just be fun, and he thought he had struck gold. He was so excited.
Oh, no.
Until about an hour later, and she's got a knife in her back, and she's dead.
I would get stabbed. I would get stabbed to death.
You'd die a lot.
Right, every time. Oh, no. As a woman, you always had to be a victim, but you could either get stabbed and that was the upgrade. You start, like, your first level, you have to froth at the mouth at the dinner table and fall over. Wow. So when I got up, but either role, you were called a bimbo.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, so I was bimbo 2.
You were bimbo 2. You were bimbo 2, and then you go up to bimbo 1.
Right.
You know.
So hang on, when you get stabbed, that happens in the room?
Yeah.
So you just have to lay on the floor?
Well, no, I think you'd go to the bathroom, right? And then you'd come back.
Oh, yeah.
With a
knife
in your back.
Right.
And you go,
and you come back in with the knife in your back. But then, yes, you have to lie on the floor for some indefinite period of time while this ridiculous show continues around you.
You know what I'd quite like to do? Just hire a load of actors who don't know who's an actor and who's not, and they're all at a murder mystery and just no one dies. and just see how long they queue until they're in, like, hour 6, like...
That feels like I've had that party with my friends.
Now, Aasif, let me ask you about this. Over the summer, you went to Washington, D.C. Here you are. You met Vice President Kamala Harris. What was she like? What did you talk about? What was this event? How was it?
This was for Asian American Heritage Month, and I was invited... Thank you. Yes. And as a member of the Asian American community, I was invited to speak at an event that Kamala Harris was also speaking at, and there was a receiving line. And, you know, I campaigned for Kamala and Joe, and as a South Asian, because she's also South Asian, we sort of took her on as one of our own. Like, we sort of treat her like she's his family, like she's my aunt or my cousin or something, you know? And so I thought in the receiving line as I'm walking up, because Daniel Day Kim went up before us and she was talking to him and I said to my wife, I said, you know, we're gonna have to find something to say to Kamala because she's gonna wanna talk. You know, me being an Asian American actor, she's gonna wanna talk to me. And so we were like nervous. We were like, we gotta come up with something to talk about with the vice president. I walk up there and she looks at me and And she goes, okay, great, terrific to meet you. Stand right there. Great, picture, and out. And
Gone.
we're done.
Yeah.
She didn't say a word to me.
No.
She treated me like a jilted lover or something. Like I literally, like, never spoke to her. And I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did wrong.
I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you were the 5,000th person
Yes,
she
that's
met
right.
that
That's what it
day.
was.
I think that's what it is.
She couldn't even look you in the eyes.
She couldn't.
Probably.
It was a long receiving line, and you know, Asian Americans. There's a lot of us, so
Sure.
you know.
I think the trick
lot
is
of
if you do
people.
want her to remember you is when you do that when you go past and she goes, let's have a photo, just go, no, I'm good.
No.
I met Barack Obama, and when
Trying to top me. I know.
Similar situation.
Oh.
Stood in line to go in and meet him. Was really excited. Was trying to, but I was like, I'm not going to say anything. He's not going to be. And he goes, I really like you in FNL. That's Friday Night Lights, for those of you who don't know. And I freaked out. I was like, Barack Obama knows what Friday Night Lights is.
I will say, just to redeem myself, Barack, I met him, and he did say hi to me, and was very excited to meet me, by the way.
Sure.
So
We've always been very competitive with each other.
I am sensing it. Now, let's talk. If we're talking about a little bit of competition, let's talk about, Connie, the huge success of The White Lotus. Massive show, 20 Emmy nominations, including you for Best Supporting Actress in a Limited Series or Movie. Do you still get excited about this sort of thing?
Yes, about an Emmy nomination? Are you kidding me? Listen, I still get excited. Thank you. I still get excited every morning that I wake up and I get to go work on a film set. I'm like, oh my God, I dreamed about this when I was a kid.
Doing murder mysteries.
No, before that, doing
before
Hello
that.
Dolly in high school. I dreamed about it. Hello Dolly.
Yeah.
And so, you know, but yes, getting an Emmy nomination, it's just such a dream. And this one is really special because there were so many for the show, and it feels like we're just sharing it with each other.
Well, also, it's like 4 of your co-stars are all nominated in the same category.
That's for the ladies, and then 3 for the guys.
Right.
So it's a little unjust.
Who, if you don't win, which of your co-stars do you want to win? Let me reframe that. Who do you hate the most? But I wish you luck with that. I think the show is a masterpiece, and I think you're going to do very, very well at that ceremony. But let's talk about your new movie, Breaking. For anyone who doesn't know, tell us what it's about and who you play.
It's about a true story of a man who was a vet, an American veteran, and was homeless and was trying to get his $892 from the Veterans Administration that he was owed, and he was not getting the money that he needed, and he was really desperate, and so he held up a bank, not to get money, but to actually shed light on the fact that the VA wasn't paying people. This really happened, and it's a really harrowing and incredible story, you know, and to me it really sheds light on how we treat our veterans in this country, but also homelessness and mental health and all of these things that are all themes of the movie. And so it feels like a really... I play the woman who picks up the phone to talk to him because he calls the news station, and I play the woman that he talks to on the phone. So I'm on the phone the whole time, y'all. It's really, you know, it's not fascinating what I do, but it's fascinating what he does in the stories.
I disagree. I think everything you do, from strolling out of a bathroom with a knife in your back to doing this, it is always fascinating.